All right, so we're going to use list source to determine our demand numbers. So we figured out our supply numbers with the inventory levels and kind of the percent population to inventory levels. So we can kind of we got an idea of our supply. Now we can look at demand. So um, obviously we want a good balance of supply and demand. If we have a really high supply and no demand, or vice versa, we have a very low supply and a really high demand. That's not what we're after. We're looking for something balanced, right? So, um, jump into list source. You can set up a free account. You can use my account, whatever you want. We're not going to spend any money in list source. We just use their numbers. So you go to investor foreclosure services and go to absentee owner. And I'll just go ahead and start fresh. And so from here, you want to select your area. So we use MSA, and then you select your state. So I'm going to do just Denver because we are familiar with the area, and just kind of see what numbers we come up with. And so it's going to start populating the amount of absentee owners. Um, Absentee owners are people that bought a house that don't live there. So that's some kind of investment property, right? It's a fix and flip. It's a rental, something like that. So um, that's what we want to see. That'll tell us our demand numbers, right? How much investor activity is going on in that area. So once you have your area picked out, we want to go next. Select the houses that we're after. So I know Rob only does single family homes, but we do all three. We do townhouses, single family, and condos. And then we want to scroll down to the last 12 months. And as you can see, this number is starting to dwindle. It was like in 100,000 something. So now it's starting to dwindle down. This last 12 months will really dwindle it down. Um, and then we can move on to the next step, which is we want no preference on corporate owned properties. So that'll raise it back up. So we've got 13,000. And then we can go to purchase list. We're not going to actually purchase this list, but we're going to do one other thing that it's kind of a new feature. So we're going to purchase partial list. And we are going to do a custom selection, and we're going to do zip code. What this is going to tell us is where the demand is at, what part of the city it's in. So as you can see, this is Aurora North area. So a lot of investor activity going on here. So you can quickly see our top zip codes where most of the activity is going on. So all this makes sense to us because we work in Denver. We get that. So this is going to be very useful when we're going and targeting these new cities. We're going to see immediately where the investor activity is. But for now, we'll just plug in these numbers. So Denver, for example, um, I put in this 13,000. Then we can run some numbers off of that. I got to correct that. So that's it. That's basically all there is to finding investor demand numbers. And then we can plug in some numbers off of that to run some formulas to come up with some ratios of what can really tell us what we need to know from there.